Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm back with another I Saw It in Art Journaling magazine. This is the second take of this video because I messed up the first part. So I'm going to show you what I did and then we'll continue on. If you remember last week, I did this Treasured Keepsakes by Peggy Tunnel on page 30. This first page here I liked. And then I kind of made my own little corrugated cardboard book using packing paper in accordion fold, and we did this cover, which was my take or my interpretation because I don't have the same things that she has, so I did my own thing. And then I did this little pocket here, and then I continued on and painted all my pages in gesso and inked them using the speckled egg distress oxide. This is a piece of old envelope. And you might be able to see, well, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it says happy birthday on the other side. It was just a nice thin cream colored vintage piece of paper. So I went ahead and put that there and then stamped it. And then I did this page with you guys, I thought, only my camera wasn't recording. So I am looking at it right now. It is recording. What I did to, as my inspiration today, I'm using Interior Design by Emily Keller, and it is on page 46 of Art Journaling magazine. And this is the newest one. I don't think I said that. It's July, August, September 2025, volume 17, issue 3. And so today my inspiration is this Emily Keller, like I just said, and was this page here with the paint chip and just some papers and washi tape and things like that. I don't have all the same things that she has, but I did use one of my paint chips from my Paint Chips digital download that's in my Etsy shop. Mine don't have any names or anything on them, so I did want to leave the white stripes there, so I just tore it out. You know, tore that piece out of there to use here and stapled both ends. And then inside I did a little pocket. I don't think hers is a pocket because it's washi taped here and stapled here. So, but I wanted to make a little pocket, so I did. And this is from my Floral Pockets and Pages digital download. And then I just used scraps that I had to go with it. But that's my take on that. Then I added a piece of piano paper. And I'm sorry this didn't record. I don't know what happened, but now we're going to move on to this page, which is kind of, I want to do something a little bit like that, I think, is what I'm going to go for. So I apologize. I do not know. My camera lately has been cantankerous, and I think it's because I've been filming a lot, and I try to make sure I delete things, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't always pan out or work out the way you want it to. So I just have some random scraps and things that I'm going to use on here, kind of like, you know, she has on hers, but of course mine again are going to be different. And I'm using Vintage Photo kind of around the edges, and then I used the speckled egg on the blue or on the white gesso. But I think this is a good way of showing, you know, obviously we're not all going to have the same thing. And you can also think about when you're making your journals, if you have these magazines or a different magazine, whatever you have, you don't have to find all your inspiration from one artist. You could, you know, get ideas from all the different artists in a magazine. Well, maybe not all of them. That might be a little wild, but suffice it to say, you could just do your own thing, but just take some inspiration from some other artists. I need to say my hugs and blessings again. Hugs and blessings to Trish, Mary Jane, Donna, and Judy. Thank you so much for your kind comments. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel regularly. I appreciate you so much. And welcome to new subscribers, and welcome back to those of you that have been with me for a long time or a short time. I appreciate it. Because I know I couldn't do this job without you guys. I just have all kinds of little bits and pieces on my desk. I'm thinking I need to look at that again. I might want a tuck spot. But I also have, she's even got a piece of fabric on there, which I like that. I have this bowl O Tim Holtz stuff. I think one of these had a bird. It's making me kind of want to do a bird. A bird. Not a cutout bird, but a bird on a rectangle. And I thought there was one in there. I won't be able to find it now because I know I saw it. Oh, there we go. Oh, it might even be the same stinking bird. What are the odds? Yep, it is. Oh, wow. Amazing, right? I actually do have something they have. I do like that. And she did some stitching. I don't think I'm going to do stitching just because we have the other side. I already did these staples, which you can see on the other side. But I don't want to do that too much. So I think I'm going to do that. I might do a little, there may not be a pocket on this page. I could do, I have these little roses. They could be a little tuck. I do like to have some sort of something when I'm making these journals that are small. You know, I like to have spots where you can tuck a little something at least to write on. Because otherwise it's really not much of a journal, is it? It's just, I mean, that technically could be a tuck, but I know I'm going to put that down because I do like that. I might have lied. I might go ahead and do a stitch sort of around that bird, the edge. You know, sometimes you get looking at something and you're like, that would actually look pretty good. This little book is fun though. It's fun to do these little ones. I actually enjoy them quite a bit, which is probably obvious because that's kind of what I've been doing the last, I don't know, 3 months or so. Might as well put it on as a tuck. It's not going to hurt anything at all. Not at all. So we'll just put a little glue on the sides and the very bottom, which is going to be tricky because it's so tiny. And my hands are actually better today than they were yesterday with the trimmer. And it's obviously not going to hold anything much, but it'll hold a little something. We could put this little ballerina in there. Ballerina fairy. And ink around this. Oh, asymmetric writing. I want to do a little bit of that. Maybe in white. If I can get this white pen to work on any sort of regular basis. I wonder if it'll even show up back there though. I don't think it will. I'm just thinking because it's the white background. So I'll just use my just not going to push super hard. I don't want to do it too much because you won't be able to even tell their letters. Not that they're really letters anyway, but I don't know if that was a good or a bad idea. I'm going to back this one. I backed this little butterfly card too. But we're going to put our bird up there. I know I had a piece of paper. I could use this too. Let's use that because that's what I used for the butterfly card. The white might have worked, but I don't know. I guess I could have tried it. It's just a little dark. Should have done it in a colored. I just don't have any of my colored pencils out here. It's always the problem when you're videoing because it's impossible to have everything all the time out. I have a lot of it out. That's the problem. But when you don't, there's always inevitably something that you're like, wish I had that out. It's horrible. Horrible, I say. I don't want that. Somebody yelled at me. No! I heard you. This one I might put the blue around. Because why not? I'll do the brown on the back. So that will tuck into our flowers. And our little birdie will go up here. See, it's going to cover up a lot of that. So I guess I'm not going to worry that it's a little darker than I wanted. I might put this piece of tape on here. My goodness, I'm telling you. Right in front of my nose. I'm just going to glue that bird all the way down just because I don't want to turn it into a tuck. There's room in there. You could put a couple of cards in there actually. I'm going to take a little bit more of this just to dull that down just a little bit more. And maybe a little, oh, I don't know where my water is. I'm telling you, you guys, I have the biggest mess right now. Oh, it's right here, right in front of my nose. Okay, that doesn't do really anything with this particular ink. So I'm going to leave it at that. So that's that one. What else could we do? Let's look at this again. Oh, maybe this one would be fun that has like just a piece of paint chip. Those are very fun. Just a piece, but I think I want to use maybe one of these little ones. There they are. That I printed. Let's use a blue one, a turquoisey colored one. Yeah, and I think I'll tear it. Since, again, it doesn't have the name of the paint on it, so it's not as obvious it's a paint chip if you don't have those white lines, I feel like. This page didn't get ink. Oh, and I need to say, because this is going to be Friday's video, so happy 4th of July if you celebrate 4th of July. And also it was Canada Day, was it 2 days ago? So happy Canada Day to everybody in Canada. It's today for me. The day I'm filming this is Canada Day. I'm trying to, my days are all mixed up, so oh my goodness, y'all. What is my dealio? Where did I just put that? Oh my gosh. I like put it all the way out of the way over there. Oh, I apologize. I don't know what my deal is. I really apologize. The deal is I have too much junk on my desk. That's what the deal is. So I'm very sorry. I am always scatterbrained, but usually not quite this bad, so apologize. Don't know. Just happens sometimes. Especially when I got things that happen like my camera going out and all that. It like sends me off. Like it messes me up for the rest of the video. Even though you guys are awesome. You guys never are rude or say mean things to me. I just get all messed up when that happens. I don't know. I just keep switching between the two colors. I like both of them. So I'll put that there. This could be like a little belly band. Maybe that's what we'll do with that one. My friend Nancy Pitter said it would be fun to do quotes, and I agree. I like this one. Dance like nobody's watching. So how do I want to set this up? That will get glued down entirely. This will be like a little belly band spot. Let's scoot it over a little. Nobody says it has to be directly in the middle. That can go up there like that. Then we can add some other little bits and pieces. So let's mess this up a little. Air conditioner went on, yay. It's getting roasty toasty up here. Roasty toasty. Put it under the page. Yeesh. I think I need to go eat some lunch. My brain's not functioning. And this goes up here, or I could put, do I want it under? It would actually work under. And then I could put a little something right there, like some writing. I know I already got writing, but that's okay. It's a different color of writing. I think it'll be fine. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard or not, but one thing that has been rocking my world yesterday and today is the whole Idaho 4 kids that were, I don't know if I can't say anything on YouTube, done away with. I don't know how else to say it. Koberger took a plea deal, sounds like is going to happen. It's not totally set completely in stone yet, like he hasn't actually done it yet, but that's the news. And so there will be no trial, and I don't really care about the trial, but death penalty's off the table, and I don't know. I just feel so bad for those families. And if you don't know, my son was going to school at that school at the time that whole thing happened. He was home that weekend. He was driving back up there and texted me. He was like, "Mom, we just got an alert that the school is on lockdown." I'm like, "Well, that's weird. How are you gonna get back to your dorm?" And he's like, "I don't know." And I said, "Well, you can turn around and come back home, and then we can figure it out, and you can go up whenever, you can." And he's like, "No, I'll just go back." And then he told me what happened when he got up there. And then we were just all freaked out because for a while we didn't really know what was going on, and the person was not in custody, and oh my gosh, it was just terrifying. I just wanted him to come home and stay home. But anyways, so I don't know if we'll ever know why that happened. I mean, you know, at this point, it doesn't really matter because nothing's going to bring those 4 kids back. And I call them kids, even though they're young adults, because to me, they're kids, same age as my kids, roughly. And it's just very disconcerting, I must say. So I wasn't very happy about that, and mostly because I have heard that families of those kids aren't happy with that the state offered that. But I don't know. But I have followed that case so close just because, like I said, it was so close to home. It was, you just want to know what's the deal, you know. But yeah, I just remember, and then the other thing was they reported that same week, Theron went back up there and they reported that there was somebody running around. They have sort of a green belt thing or a walking path thing near the college. And somebody said they saw somebody with a knife on that walking path. All that stuff was going on. Yeah, that was rough. Because we had no idea. And we may never know. It's just really messed up. The whole thing is messed up. Yeah, I think the families feel like they didn't get their day to say, and they don't feel like it's fair because, you know, their kids don't get to live on, and I don't know. What a mess. What a mess. Just gonna put this little piece down here. I know I didn't put glue on it, but hopefully it'll stick there. All right. So then on this back, so we got this whole thing done now. So that's fun. On this back, and then I'll do this other side another day because I did not get it painted because, you know, you can kind of only paint one side at a time. Or it doesn't work too good. So I'm sure a lot of, you know, people obviously would not be interested or don't really know what happened or all that kind of stuff. And I get that, but it was kind of a big deal for me. Just, you know, it's terrifying enough sending your kids off to college. Just because at that time they still seem like your little kids, you know. That was one of the hardest days I ever had, was driving him 5 hours away, and he kept the car and I flew back, and just leaving him there. And I know that's silly because all parents have to go through that stuff, you know, but that was rough. I think it goes this way, actually. I'm not saying I'm alone or special in that, but because my daughter stayed close, so I could always, like, she moved out, that was hard, but at least, like, I could just jump in the car and be there in like 45 minutes. So that was a little bit better. But 5 hours is kind of like, I can't just, that's hard. And I know for some people it's a lot further away, so like other countries and things. Terrifying. No sleep for the old mom at that time. None at all. But I can't even imagine what the families went through. Oh my goodness. Yikes. And the survivors too. Those poor girls. Ugh. So yeah, on that happy note, maybe we could put one of these. Here comes the street sweeper. Things are so loud. Free to fly. That's a good one. Apologize for that noise. Oh, let's not put it upside down. That would be no bueno. Hopefully that's going to stay there. It's not wanting to stick to the gesso. I don't know that I'm going to do any stitching. I might do a, let me see here real quick. If I do a staple, that's not going to work. Like right here, where's that landing? Right there. Well, let's try it. And then we can, see, I don't want those to be pokey. Poke anybody, that would be bad. I know, theirs are so simple, and I just can't do it. Simple is just not my deal. But also I want to cover that staple up. And I'll do the same thing on the back. I'll probably put that, make that a writing spot and just cover it entirely. So there's that. I think it's good. I think we're good for now because I got to gesso the other side. And then we'll go from there. But I'm really liking that. And I wish you... camera. If only I had my camera on. But anyway, our inspiration was Emily Keller. And this was the first one. I'll bring it up a little closer for you guys to see. I mean, I'm pretty close already, but that one is that one. And then we did our piano roll paper, which I probably will want something on there. And then this page was the top, this one up here. And this page was my inspiration with the paint chip there. I kind of feel like that needs like a number or something on it, maybe. Something like that. And then this was just my end of that. So it started with this front page here, treasured keepsakes. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Sorry I was so totally discombobulated today, but I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, have a great weekend. Happy 4th of July. We'll talk later. Love ya. Bye.